Welcome back to Prep Rally, the summer edition, our weekly show dedicated to prep sports in Northwest Arkansas by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. I'm your host, Chip Souza, the sports editor of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. So each week we'll be taking a look at Northwest Arkansas prep football teams as they wrapped up their spring season and are gearing up for 2017. Today we'll take a look at the Har-Ber Wildcats. Springdale Har-Ber was 8-3 last season. They lost in the first round of the playoffs to Bryant, 23-16, but they are loaded with a ton of skill position players back this year, and a defense that should once again be a force led by senior linebacker Oliver Nasilia. He had 61 tackles last season and 14 tackles for loss, and he's drawing a lot of recruiting interest, so he will headline that Har-Ber Wildcat defense, which should be tough. Payton Copher is back again this year. He started the year last year at quarterback, but he moved to running back midway through the season as Grant Allen moved into quarterback. So Copher, he is a 6'1", 190-pound block of granite with track speed, track star as well. He rushed for just under 1,000 yards last year, 962 to be exact, and had 12 rushing touchdowns. So Copher is back at running back, Grant Allen back at quarterback, but the Wildcats are more than just that. They've also got Logan Collins, who's back at running back. He rushed for over 600 yards last year. And Connor Sykes, he was a sophomore last year. He added another 500 yards. So Har-Ber absolutely loaded on offense. On defense, it's Nasilia. He leads the way, but the secondary for the Wildcats will also be salty again this year. Free safety Tevin Eckwood, he is a force on the back end of that defense. He had a couple of interceptions last season. Blaze Brothers is also back at corner. He had 3 interceptions last year. And Brock Pounders, he's also back in the secondary. So the Wildcats will also be pretty salty on defense. So this should be a really good season for the Wildcats. If it comes down to special teams and a field goal decides the game, Har-Ber will probably have the best field goal kicker, maybe in the entire 7A conference. Jesus Azumbo, you might remember him from soccer. He was a star on the Har-Ber soccer team. Well, he is back at kicker last season. 42 out of 42 on PATs and 6 out of 8 field goals with a long of 51 yards. So if Har-Ber gets in the game where it comes down to a field goal to make a difference, they will have the edge there. Scotty Borderland, he covers the Har-Ber for the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. He spoke with Har-Ber coach Chris Wood after spring practice ended.
Yeah, I mean they've got a purpose to this year. I mean, you know, with that class, I mean they've won some ball games. They've won 2 conference titles. They've been to Little Rock as a runner-up. Unfortunately, we came up short last year, not being able to get out of the quarterfinals. But you know, I think they've got a chip on their shoulder. I mean, I think they want to go out there and leave a stamp no other senior class has done, and they've already kind of started setting the precedence there. The first one to go back-to-back as conference title, and they want to win it a 3rd time. They want to get back to Little Rock. I mean, they're a very driven group, but they also got a lot of respect for the other teams, not only on the mountain but across the state, and that you can get beat any given night. And you got to come each week focused on that week and only that week. And that's kind of how they've had the approach to even spring ball. It was just day to day. I mean, the structure and how they want to accomplish their success daily.
Okay. About the defensive backfield, we talked about that a little bit about a month ago. There's a lot of speed back there. That group has to be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's, you know, when you go back and you look back, you've got, you know, Blaze Brothers back for his 3rd year in the secondary. He's an all-state guy. Brock Pounders is back at corner. He's an all-state guy. Tevin Eckwood's back. He was all-state as a junior. Brighton Cook was all-conference. And then you add to that group, you've had Payton Copher at safety. You had a couple of seniors in Gage Hill, Darius Hayward, and Matt Skirto, which, you know, they played on special teams and spot played through their last year or 2. And, you know, we feel they can step up. So it allows the flexibility of a nickel package, you know, putting more D-backs on the field, utilizing the speed and matchups, you know, when we get into a spread offense and stuff like that. So, I mean, the back end of that group, I mean, we really like what they can do in their diversity, which allows us schematically to, you know, really kind of broaden ourselves who we are defensively.
Thank you, Scotty, and thank you, Coach Wood, for taking the time to talk to us about your team. So this week and again throughout the summer, we will continue to preview prep football teams. Next week, our focus will shift to Bentonville West, a team that just about shocked everyone last season by not only making the playoffs in their first season without a senior, but they hosted a playoff game. They are a year older this year and should be a year better. So next week, we'll take a look at those Wolverines from Bentonville West. For all of us at the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Prep Rally. They're like 15 years older than me, so back in the backyard, throwing the touchdown pass to myself, breaking down the sideline, tackling myself. That's right. You gonna join me, Ronnie? What?
Get around you, dude.
Man, come on. You got this.
Okay, you're
We could talk some foosball. Foosball's for the devil.